Hi all, back with more DD at Tarawa. This is part 39, I believe. Yes. So part 39. Just been watching back. Actually, I'm almost caught up. I think I've released 36, 37. However, watching back 36 and have spotted a huge mistake that yeah, it puts a real hit on the game, and I can't fix it. I thought about there maybe being some way of trying to fix it, but I also then remembered that this built depth again, didn't it? It's just been a thorn in our side, this whole yellow position down here, hasn't it? However, when I was watching back this mistake, I thought, yeah, I knew I was going to do this. I knew I was going to make this mistake, and it actually makes me wonder if I may have made it elsewhere, or even made it since then as well. And the mistake is that I've put a comment in the header. This was of part 36. That when you're doing anything regarding using a support marker, the hex that's involved has to be in US communication. And the big mistake that was made here was this tank had been disrupted via the patrol action in the previous Japanese fire phase. I think he was the only one affected. It was disrupted, and I used a support marker to undisrupt him because I wanted him to supply the machine gun that we needed for this unit here. Actually, at that time, I don't think we knew what this was. So that's why I thought I might have got away with it. But what happened then was, and we made an attack on this. This guy wasn't here. I think he's moved into here to help possibly take that out in case that something happens to this tank. However, so he wasn't there, but we had enough strength to deal with it. And then when we had this, I said, right, well, that's the mortar, that's the machine gun. And then, or was this maybe one that we knew what it was? I can't remember anyway. We attacked with all that. We had the mortar and the machine gun, but I didn't know what the depth marker was. I definitely didn't know what the depth marker was. So I thought, well, if this tank should still be disrupted, because this tank shouldn't have been undisrupted. So I thought, well, can't I just give... Because the support marker that I used for that, I would have still had in my hand. I would have still had that support marker. This has a radio. It was in communication with it. It was in command, the command post. So can I not just use the support marker there to give this the machine gun that was required? And I thought, okay, we might get away with this then, and we can just pretend that the tank's not involved. However, then we dug to the depth marker, and it was AR on the depth marker, and I got all excited because I thought, yeah, I'm getting artillery from the tank. So I then proceeded to eliminate the depth marker, disrupt the unit, and I should not have been able to do that because that tank should not have been able to join the fight because he was not able to chase communication. And the reason being is because blue fires into here, and this was as is. So blue's firing into there, purple's firing into there. He could not trace into there or into there. It traces communication down the beach. So he should not have been able to be undisrupted, should not have been able to do all these shenanigans. And yeah, like I say, if the depth marker hadn't needed that, and then since then I think we've eliminated it, and then did it not build depth again? I might be wrong with that, to be honest. I think so. I think this built depth again. I'm sure the last event we had, or one of the events in the last phase, built depth for that again. So we then attacked it again to disrupt it and basically get rid of the depth marker again, I think. Which would have been legal that time because this guy would have been undisrupted by that time. But so yeah, and I thought, well, I thought maybe this is an excuse just to throw the towel in and stop the game. But I don't think I'm going to do that actually. I think I'm going to just play on. But I like to be able to fix the mistakes if I can, but I can't really go back and fix this. It would be far too messy. Yeah, there's not really a way of dealing with it. So I'm going to just let it go and just mark it down there as a big mistake that shouldn't have happened. We should have had an extra support marker in hand. Whether that would have done us any benefit or not, I don't know. Certainly would not be as good as doing what we've done here. Because in fact, did we not complete? No, we didn't wipe the unit out. It's still there, crap. Yeah, we had 9 strength and we needed 10 to take it right out, I think. But we couldn't get the +1 from the hero either because we needed the hero for the mortar wild card. So yeah, sorry, but I'm just gonna have to leave it and let it go. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna get anywhere in this game. I don't believe that. The other option is, like I say, I just chuck it now and we scrap it. But I think I'll play on, because I'm still enjoying it and I'm curious to see what we're going to do here. But and we've got 10 turns left or something, 9 turns maybe. Something like that. So yeah, it seems a shame just to miss it. And I also made a comment part 26 about a lot of nonsense I was talking half the time. Of course, we were talking about stuff up here and we were talking about using support markers when we weren't allowed to, and yeah, the whole part is riddled with me talking nonsense a bit. I don't make any, well, not that I can see. I don't make any more mistakes, but I talk about doing things that aren't right, and then I do make this mistake. So I just knew that one was going to catch me out, and I'm glad the other one Martin brought to my attention about using a wild card, having to be in command of an HQ to be able to use the wild card. That would have easily caught me out as well. So hopefully they'll stick in my head now. And if I'm going to remove disruption, and not just remove disruption, even if I'm going to give somebody a free action, they need to be able to trace US communication. So whenever I'm using these support markers, I need to switch on and say, right, there's an important rule here that I've got to consider, Grant. US communication needs to be traced to that hex, or you're not going to be able to be allowed to do it. And it worries me that I might have done that. I might have removed a disruption or given somebody a free action before that wasn't in US communication. And the problem is, you might look at, did I not talk about a guy up here and I said, yeah, I gave him a free action, he can trace US communication. But you've got to be careful, because US communication, you can trace the path can be any length, but it can't go through fields of fire. You know, I can't trace through these hexes here because red fires into here, purple into here. You know, so you need to have a clear path to be able to trace communication, and sometimes that's not so easy, you know. So that wee bulb, I think, is flickering again. Right, so we will just carry on. And I mean, I've noted the mistake, and yeah, it puts a big asterisk on the game. I mean, it's not the first mistake I've made. Like I said, Stuart said he would have restarted the game back when I placed member in this green position, when I replaced a depth marker, and it shouldn't have been able to do it. But I felt like that mistake was something that benefited the AI. This mistake benefits me, so that's how I don't feel good about it. But I thought about, could I try and fix it, but I just can't. If I'd caught it there and we hadn't had this other attack, I might have been able to do something about it. But I think it's going to make too much of a mess if I try to. So let's leave it. Let's leave it and move on. And like I say, I'm not going to get a successful result in this anyway. Okay, so we are in the US amphibious. Well, yeah, we're just starting turn 21. There's nothing to land, nothing to do in the US amphibious. Everybody's waded ashore now. So let's just push on. Let's get an event for turn 21. Let's see if we can start with something good. That's the Japanese tank unit one again. So there's no tank units, so nothing doing. So that's fine, right? Let's just jump on and get a fire card. Oh, you know what? It doesn't matter. Let's just do it. Don't want brown, I think. We've got the R. Ooh, we've got an I this time. We don't have brown. We have red, which might get nasty, and no artillery. Right, okay, so let's get over here. Right, the yellow eye. Ooh. Oh, that's lucky. I was just thinking, right, we've not got the we've not got the yellow R this time. However, the position's occupied, and then I thought, oh, don't tell me it's a yellow eye. But however, although this is well, actually that is in communication, isn't it, Grant? This is occupied anyway, so it's not an unoccupied yellow position within 2. So good, right? So and we've got it's all lettered actions here, so no normal fire. Right, let's do it then. So purple, unoccupied, not within 2 though. Green's not on the card. Brown, this is the one I was saying, like, we don't want brown to fire, but we got messed up there. We really, that was a bit unfair turning that guy up 4 strength when we were having a go at it, weren't we? And my problem there is, I'm not going to be able to do that unless I do something crazy like undisrupt both the guys and chuck them in for close combat. But then that means I'm using both my support markers, and I'm only getting 2. So yeah, okay. So brown not on the card anyway. Red is unoccupied within 2, but not, I'm hoping, in communication. I think we checked this. Mind you, did he not lose a step? He did. Oh, don't tell me. Yeah, because we were okay before with this, but these guys... Oh no, hang on. It's this. No, they didn't lose a step. They just got disrupted because we attacked. Sure, this is 2 steps still. It's not, Grant. Oh, no, I know what it was. When we were checking it before, that was the bit that we got wrong because we done the fire first from brown before we checked the red action. Before we checked the red R. So, in actual fact... Well, this is A this time. This is in Japanese communication, I think. Yeah, because he's only 1 step and the other guy's only 1 step now, isn't he? Should have just looked. Yeah. So they're both 1 step. So they do not, none of them exert control into this hex. So they can trace Japanese communication in there and then away to 2 positions. And they've got to, but they can trade at any length. That is right, isn't it? I want to say there's something. I want to say it's maybe Pelo's got some slight difference to that. Yeah, it needs to be able to trace to 2 other positions, I think. Trace a path of hexes of any length from the position hex to at least 2 other Japanese occupied positions or position groups. Position group is considered a single position when tracing. Communication path may not pass through any hexes occupied or controlled by US units. Yeah, so I mean, he just goes in there and he can trace into that and then into that, and that's 2. So yeah, so however, this one is not in communication. Right, so what is the empty A? It's coastal as well, so there's a chance it might not be doing anything actually, Grant. You know what, it's not, after all that. Because it's coastal, if it had been inland, it would have been an ambush. But an unoccupied A within 2 hexes of a US unit is no action. So after all that, it's no action anyway. So that's fine. Blue down there is not on the card. Blue's not on the card. Now, what does the eye do otherwise? The eye is going to do. I'll do normal fire. It's got US units in its field of fire, and then normal fire. Doesn't matter if it's coastal or not. If it's no US units in field of fire, it does nothing. And then it will do the unoccupied. If it's not in Japanese communication. Yeah. Yeah, so this is not in any good. This is in Japanese communication, but it's not within 2 either. Neither that. That's an empty red, but it's not within 2. Zoom out a bit again, Grant. Yeah, that's an empty red, not within 2. This guy's going to... He's purple, he will undisrupt. So we've got that to worry about as well now. I think we know what this guy is, don't we? Yeah. We've got no force across here at all, though. And it's going to be a while before these guys can come across. They've got to try and break their way through all that. It's bloody hopeless, really. It doesn't get any sort of... It doesn't start thinking, well, maybe not. Every time I look at it, it's just kind of horrible. Right, so purple, we've looked at these two. Brown, not on the card. Green, not on the card. Blue, not on the card. Into here, this is a purple. That's a single, but that's fine because it is a single on the card. So that's a R action. So he may well be moving into here, I think. Yeah, so that is coastal, isn't it? Yeah, coastal R with no US units in field of fire. So it's going to redeploy and fire. Its nearest US unit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this or this. But yeah, that's not getting closer. That is getting closer to both of them. So yeah, he is going to... Now that is a position group, but I think it's position hex. I think I said John Brown had come and commented on that whole assault thing, saying that he felt the same, that position hex, the fact it said position hex. It's maybe that Martin's just missed that bit or whatever, but it would be nice to hear his thoughts on that. Just to make sure that we're not missing something and that he's maybe just got that wrong, you know. So redeploy redeploys an unoccupied position hex within 3 hexes. You see, because this isn't an unoccupied. Funny enough, that's exactly the same hex we're talking about as well. E8, isn't it? So it's not an unoccupied position. It is an unoccupied position hex. So he's going to move into here, and then because he's moved into brown, brown's going to fire. Oh, fortunately that's a circle because it's a diamond on the card. Brown does not fire into there. So that was quite interesting then, because he's redeployed from there to there. Now, would he then be able to fire with a 3 and be able to hit 4 things? Or would it just be this that was able to fire? You would like to think so, but I bet you'll find out that it probably all fires, because, well, that's how this game does things. Anyway, it was only firing into there with nothing in the water. That is a circle, so all good. This guy's going to undisrupt as well, but fortunately he's disrupted, so that was kind of good. So then blue's not on the card. That's green, not on the card. That is brown, not on the card. That's blue, not on the card. This red is occupied. Yeah, so that's just going to undisrupt. Brown not on the card. Red not within 2. Purple. Yeah, I moved this guy up here. What were we... yeah, I couldn't reach the hex, could I? No. He's going to fire as well. He's going to hit this guy. Yeah. He's going to hit this guy as well. See, I just want to give in. I want to give in. I really do. Please. Well, you should take advantage of this mistake and just say, look, I'm going to call it there. You fool. Right, so we're along to here. There's an empty purple. It's within 2. And I don't know. Is that me making a mistake there by moving up here? But what do you do? Should I have moved? Should I have stayed 3 hexes away from it to then make sure that I could then move straight into the hex? Is that what maybe some of you might say? That's what you should probably have done. I don't know, because I've actually got two positions in intense purple, and this is going to redeploy with depth and fire and hit 3 things. It's going to hit these 2 of my new fresher units that have got strength, and it's going to disrupt them. It's just not on, is it? It really isn't. So sorry, I'm saying redeploy there. I meant reinforce if I said redeploy. We are inland, unoccupied. Place reserve unit and depth mark in the position, then fire. Okay, so I've got, I don't need to start mixing these about. I've got 4 of them there. We're running short of them, I suppose. The thing is, I was looking down, I remember looking at this guy, and although he's still here, I want to say that we can take this guy out, but he's going to withdraw, isn't he? Unless, what you could maybe try and do is that going to undisrupt? It is. Damn. I was going to say, well, hang on. Can I not go 1, 2 and avoid the infiltration move? And then attack that. Well, it means you're not going to be attacking on this, so just to cut off communication to him. Right, anyway, we'll come back to that when it's our part of the turn. So, I need one of the units up there, and well, I'm just going to take a depth marker first. He's getting depth into that purple position, and then I'll roll a d6, and we'll re-roll a 5 and or 6, and I'll go left to right, top to bottom. Just tell you what to roll. I rolled a 3, so that'll do. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to take that guy there. We're going to put him there. Yes, why not? And then he's going to fire. He's going to hit. Well, you know what? He's going to hit both of these. I'm just wondering if he hits closest. No, I think it's most steps first, isn't it? Well, whatever way. It doesn't matter. They're both taking a hit. So he takes the first hit and is disrupted. And then B18 takes the second hit and is also disrupted. They're both sitting in. So that's 2 other disrupted units that I want to undisrupt this turn. And then, so that's 4. We've 4 units have got disrupted that I want to undisrupt. And we've got 2 support markers, so you can work that one out for yourself. I'm not going to be able to do both of the things. Right, so that was that. So moving along, green is not on the card. Oops. Red, right, I've got something going on here, and you know what, that's a diamond and it's in red. Damn it. Well, that's the next thing to look at, Grant. Green is not in the card, but blue's not in the card either. So, inland A with units in its field of fire. Inland A. Oh, he's going to assault it, which is just as bad, isn't it? He's not actually going to fire, he's going to assault. So it's got US units field of fire. Move into closest US occupied heights in field of fire, then CC. Yeah, all he needs to do is hit me once. I suppose it gives me, you know what, it gives me a chance, because if he was just doing normal fire right now, that guy's going away. However, there is a downside to it, that because once he's done with his close combat, he's going to be sitting in there, and what we got here, that's another support marker you're not getting, and it's going to shut off my command post. It just never gives up. This game is just not giving me a break at all. Right, so in he goes for some assaulting, coming from there. And I'll move them out of there. We'll put a wee red cube in there as a wee reminder, and we'll go and do some short close combat, I would think. I'm starting to think I might seriously think about just chucking this, because it's becoming a bit too much for me as well. Like, no, I was keen to come up the stair and have a go again, and even knowing that I had that mistake, I thought, well, you know what, we'll just play on, we'll plod on anyway. And it's just relentless, isn't it? It's not giving up. Oh well, I think you need to make that call, Grant. You just need to say, look, let's just stop it there, and you know, I could finish this part and then just say, right, let's just hit on the head. I feel a bit guilty about doing that, but it's painful, that's all. It's starting to get a little bit painful. Right, okay. So close combat, we have one with a CC. Not so good, but the good thing is it's just a 1, so as long as this is not a 3. And one with a flamethrower. Okay, so well, we're actually going to get 2 cards, whether we're going to get to use them or not. Because we get 1 for the unit, 1 for the engineer with the flamethrower. Right, so we get 2 cards, 1, 2, and he's going to get 1 for the unit, 1 for the depth, that's 2, 1 because they're attacking, that's 3, and 1 because he's got CC, that's 4. They didn't get the 4 strength, so he still gets the extra 1 to take it to 4 because of the CC on the actual unit. So he's got 4, I've got 2, but he does only need to hit us once. He's not disrupted, he gets to go first. The attack is in blue, so all he needs to do here is draw a blue, and that's it, game over. And he does. We discard the card, which was going to be blue. So I think I should discard that card when we do it that way, because it's still part of the actual fire. That's just eliminated. And yeah, I'm really starting to struggle to keep this going, I think. Thing is, I've not really got another game to set up yet. I've been thinking about things. I'm going to order either, and I'd actually quite like to get both, so I might get the other one as well. You know, I've been talking about. I've got some more video footage that I've found that wasn't clearly. I didn't know it was out there. So either point blank V is for victory. Is it V is for victory? The lock and load one. Like I say, I'm going to watch a bit more video footage of that first, because I'm a bit scared about the AI. I think I said to you already, I messaged Billy, who's watched some of my videos and that, and he was giving me some insight in it, but I don't think he rates the AI. It's all that flow chart bit, and I've got the lock and load. Like I think I've said this already, and I struggled with it a bit, and felt like it was one of the ones that were leaving you with the decisions and all that. And anyway, I still think I might get it. I don't know if it's going to be the purchase I make for Christmas, or the other one. I think I'm going to give a try. And again, I'd like to watch a little bit of video footage of it as well first. And that's what is it? Skies Above Britain, or Skies Over Britain? Because that does seem to be. It seemed to get a better write up, that one, than the 2 originals. What was it? Storm Over the Reich. Skies Above the Reich and Storm Over the Reich. Was that something like that? Anyway, I maybe should give one of them a try and see. So yeah, I think I'm going to be purchasing one of them. But this is going to be a Christmas thing. I'm going to have to learn that. I understand the Skies Above Britain. Skies Over Britain. Skies Above Britain. Must be something. I'm maybe getting the word into that wrong, the actual title. I think it's laid out, the rules are laid out in a way that you can just pretty much read a couple of pages and set it up and have a go at things. Of course, I think he's done that. He's really good rule book. Well, what was it? Same designer for Atlantic Chase. I've got that. I was wondering about maybe doing a playthrough of that. I did get into it at first, and then it kind of just sort of failed on me a little bit, but I although it brings you into the game and you learn how to play it, and the rules book is really good, I think you spend quite a bit of time fiddling about with the wee mini scenarios to learn you the game. That it sort of put me off a little bit, but I don't think that means that the game's not a good game. I think it was just like I was getting a bit, yeah. I really maybe would have preferred to have, not done quite so much of that and then go in the game. But it's a good way to learn the game, I suppose. Yeah. So you're like, they're trying to do it in a nice way. Right. Anyway, so what we got? Yeah, that's depth in there, and yeah, I mean, look at this. It's just getting worse and worse. This really isn't that. That was he will be disrupted, but well, the fact he's disrupted, I'll still get my command post move, won't I? And be able to use my command post to think. However, I won't get the thing for that. I won't get the support marker. So that's me down to only getting one support marker this turn. Yeah. Right, moving along. We do not consider this because it's already been done. Purple. Yeah, we've got purple here. These won't apply. If any of them are on the card, they're not within 2. This is purple occupied R, has units in its field of fire. That is a diamond, but it's armoured, so I think he's just going to fire, isn't he? Just be, what is it? Resupply and fire. Puts a depth marker and fire. He's got a depth marker. He's not coastal though, he's inland. It's the same though, I think. Yeah. So place it, yeah, US unit's field of fire, place a depth marker and fire. He's already got a depth marker. This is only a US unit in his field of fire. So although he can't hit, he's still got a unit in his field of fire, so that's actually we're gonna get away with that one. And then this is yellow not within 2, however, it's the I action for the yellow anyway. And yeah, like going back to this one, well, as in Japanese communication anyway, but it's not unoccupied, this position. That's just going to undisrupt. So we've got a double red here with the A action. That is inland. Right, it's not in an artillery position. I don't know if it's doing that or not. No, I think it's going to assault as well, isn't it? Oh no, it needs to have US units at field of... Oh, this is the assault without having things in your field of fire, isn't it? Okay, well this is the one that I couldn't understand. So it's going to be assault. It's not got US units in field of fire. Double red, A action. Yeah, no US units in field of fire. So it's going to move to a position when 3 hexes and closest to the US unit. If US occupied, then it'll CC. So actually our tank might well be in trouble then. Oh, hang on. No, he's not in a position X. Ooh. I don't know if he's going to be able to move anywhere then. 1, 2, 3. That's 3 away as well. Right, let's get the... I'm going to read out of the rulebook here though, because I understand it now. So I'm going to skip the first part of it. If a Japanese occupied inland position has no US units in its field of fire, move the Japanese unit and depth marker to a position hex. Right? And no more than 3 hexes away from its current position and closest to the nearest US unit. Right, I'm going to stop there. The nearest US unit, so that's what we need to find first. Right, I think I'll stop now. Somebody's at the door, I think. So, yeah, as nearest US unit is this tank. Okay, that's it. So that is our target, if you like, or that's what we've got to look at, that unit. Just zoom in there a little bit. So, yeah, I'm wondering if it might still make a move, even though it's not getting closer. Right, well, let's read on. So, to position hex no more than 3 hexes away from its current position and closest to the nearest US unit. Um, yeah, I think this can do this because the last time it actually moved further away from the unit, didn't it? Yeah, so this will make a move even though it's... So the unit may move into an unoccupied or US occupied position hex. If entering a US occupied position hex, conduct... Oh, hang on, Grant. Oh, no, I've already says. Yeah, I was going to say I'll just move in beside the tank. No, because the tank is not in a position hex. If it was, yes, it would go in there. So it may move into an unoccupied or US occupied position hex. If entering a US occupied position hex, conduct close combat. If two or more eligible positions are equidistant from the nearest US unit, move to the position closest to the Japanese unit's current position, then you choose... you know what? It's actually going to move here, I think. So that's our target. We're 3 away from it, but that's not relevant. We want to move to the position that's closest to it and within 3 of where we are. So if I go there, I'm going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 away. If I go there, which is within 3, I'm going to be 1, 2, 3 away. Not getting closer, but that's fine. And then if I go here, I'm going to be 1, 2, 3 away. And then so if 2 or more are eligible, so these 2 are the more eligible because this one's further away. These 2 are equidistant. Then we're going to move to the position that is closest to its current position. Now, so it's going to move here. Just reading on 12.81, 82 and 83. If the position has multiple Japanese occupied position hexes, check each hex separately for assault. That's not the case. It's just a single position, that's actually. Units conducting an assault action gain the benefit of any disruption or step loss inflicted on US units by other Japanese units in the phase. Okay, that's not going to apply. If the assault action results in a close combat in a non-position hex, well, that can't happen to us in the second half of this action. That can only happen in the... Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, no, that can only happen in the first half of the action, which is when it's got a US unit in its field of fire. Yeah. So, yeah, I think this is going to move into here. And it's a bit of an odd one, but... yeah, going by the rules, I think. You know, it's one to move to the hex that's closest to this. And although it's not moved any closer... yeah, I think so. I mean, the only other thing you could say is it's not going to move at all there, but it doesn't really give you an option of that. It just, you know, it never says that it needs to move closer to that, because in that last example, when we eventually resolved it, what was it? This is the hex that we moved to and CC'd it, and this, well, it was either between that or E8, wasn't it? But the unit was here. So it was 2 hexes away from that, and it ended up down here being 1, 2, 3 hexes. So it moved further away. So yeah, I'm thinking that's where that's going, and I'm going to go with that because, well, it doesn't really matter. Well, that's not true. We want to make sure we are doing things right, even though we're contemplating scrapping the game anyway. Right, we don't look back at that, we've done that, so there's nothing up there. Empty purple, but not within 2. This is all brown, not in the card. None of these empty positions are going to matter. Just any occupied. That's blue, not in the card. That's purple. So yeah, well, that's not a double red. I'm just trying to get these. That's green, not in the card. So yeah, this purple. I actually think he might... Well, actually, he could go here or here. So he's going to redeploy. And is it nearest with that one, isn't it? No, it's not, is it? He needs to move closer to, and then the conditions kick in, yeah. So, yeah, he's closest unit is that. What am I doing? Well, I'll count this off camera. Hang on. Right, so he's 14 away from the tank there. He'd be 11 away there, and he'd be 11 away there. I don't think that matters, does it? Or am I getting forgetful again? The Japanese unit in the position hex redeploys to an unoccupied position hex when 3 hexes of its current position and closer to the nearest US unit. It doesn't need to be closest. They're both 11 anyway, but if this was 10 and this was 11, it doesn't automatically mean it would go there. It then gives you some options. If these conditions are met, move the unit and its depth marker. If these conditions are not met, position conducts no action. If more than one unoccupied position qualifies, place the unit in a qualified position of a different colour. Well, moving from purple, that's brown, that's blue, so both are different. If more than one or none, in the nearest position, which is nearest to that, 1, 2, 3, that would be 1, 2, 3, so they're both the same. And then the higher number position, this is a 5, this is a 2, so he's going to move to here. And he would fire now as well, but, well, there's nothing to that. So there we go. Yeah, Japanese fire phase. Lovely, wasn't that? No artillery. We've not really been hit with artillery too much, I suppose. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, that's like left us alone with that one. Right, yellow, undisrupting yellow, red, and purple. So that's coming away. That stays down. This is coming away. I think there's another one. Yeah, we've got this purple one up here as well. So that was bad as well. 3 units undisrupted. Fire card can go up now, and we'll move on. 41 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to finish. I'm going to do the event phase here, and then just. I think I'm going to switch off and have a little think about things. I mean, I do have, part of me says I don't want to start setting up a new game yet. I'm not quite ready, because I figured this was going to take another couple of weeks, well, maybe another week or so, maybe, depending on how much time I get, obviously, but I'm not really going to be prepared to set up a new game. I do have Carrier Battle still to finish across there, though, so I could just spend my time on that. Which I've kind of neglected in the last few days, actually. I've just concentrated on this. Don't know what, well, there you go. You'd think I'd maybe be like, oh, to hell with this, let's go over to the other table. It's nice and easy across there. Right, yeah. Well, yeah, let me wrap this part up and maybe, well, if you are going to call it a day, Grant, would you not be better just saying this at the end of this video and, deciding that's that. Right, let's get the second event, because that might cheer me up. Yeah, good luck with that. So second event on turn 21. Here we go. 17 to 30. Engineers take cover. Receive and spend no support this turn. Yes, of course. Why not? Well, I was only getting one anyway. So, I can't even do, because I'm not getting this one. Well, it doesn't matter, the event's cancelled out anyway. But anyway, I was not getting this one, and I was not getting this one, even though this is still disrupted. Okay, my HQ still commands, and it will move up a step on the track. Well, that's disrupted anyway. I'm pretty sure that works. And then, so the only one I was getting was this. And, well, now I'm not getting any. But even getting the one would not have really helped me, because I kind of need to... Well, actually, no, that's not true, because this has not got range anymore anyway, Grant, so it doesn't really matter. So I don't know, all I would be able to do is, and an attack with 3, yeah. No, I really need to get out of here, I think. Come on, Grant, you've stopped some videos before, and... things were just getting on top of you. I think you need to stop this. I do. I do. I think yeah. Well, actually, I can quickly run through the US and engineering HQ phase now, can't I? Because I've not got any thinking to do about my support markers. Because I'm not getting any. So I'll jump into that. We won't get any of them. The command post, yeah, let's just double check that one. I'm pretty sure it's okay because that's disrupted. It's in the field of fire of blue here, but it's not an undisrupted in the field of fire. Where are we here? Command post. A command post in the field of fire of a non-disrupted Japanese unit may not command US units. In such a situation, the command post's range marker retains its current position in the command track, but its range may not be increased. And it does specifically say a non-disrupted Japanese unit. So we are going to be able to do that. We are still going to get command. And that is going to jump up 1. It's still on 3. Next turn, it would go up to 4, but I have to say, I'm not so sure there's going to be a next turn. I just feel like I'm getting barred about something stupid here. Don't feel like I'm getting anywhere, and the turns are just going to tick away and... yeah. Well, that's the US engineer and HQ phase. So I'm going to move the marker on the US action phase. And yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop the video there and well actually I could just leave my closing comments here, and if I change my mind, I'm not going to rip the game down right now because, like I've said, I don't think I've got anything that I really want to. And saying that, I am off over this weekend. I might get a bit of time, so yeah, maybe I should. Well, you know what? I'm not going to do it tonight, so it'll give me overnight to think about it. But this could be me just closing out this game. I think we've seen plenty of it. Yeah, it's been far more brutal than what Omaha was, wasn't it? I can see maybe why that's probably more liked by most, I think. Although, like I say, there was a comment recently about this being the favourite game. I'd love to be... I mean, you can see I've made some mistakes here as well, this one being a major one. And, I'm not sure... Even John Brown made a comment recently in one of the videos that I think he's had a couple of victories at this game. He does, however, hold his hands up and say it was probably riddled with... Well, maybe not riddled, sorry, John. It was probably carrying a few errors and whatever. Yeah, it's not that I'm feeling like, yeah, I've lost this, so how can you possibly win at this game? But I would like to, see these playthroughs in action. These people that have had a victory in the game. And just to look and just say, well, because there's a lot of things you can get wrong. There is a lot of things you can get wrong. And this more recent one, okay, I should have been switched on to that, but all these games are easily, you can easily make mistakes of them and that. Maybe that's me sounding like... yeah, I'm not saying that they don't go down in victories. I mean, they're solo games. You play them like you want. You might have won the game and looked back and thought, you know what, there was a wee slip up there that maybe shouldn't have been allowed. But you're still going to say, well, it was just a little error and that. But yeah, be interesting to see. Like I say, there's not many full videos of this game out there, is there? The one that Kurt done years ago. I mean, it was good to watch. I enjoyed it, but there was a lot of mistakes made as well. I'm sure he would admit to that himself as well. And I don't think there's any other Nah, there must be some other folk had playthroughs of it. I've certainly not watched the video where that somebody's had some victory. In fact, is there any videos on any of these games, any of the DDAT series, where somebody's played through and had a victory? Well, maybe there is, but I'd be challenging. I'd be having a look in. I want to say Jeff done a playthrough. He done a playthrough at. I think he done a playthrough Omaha. He did. And I seem to remember watching and seeing quite a few things that weren't maybe quite right. And he might have actually come out of that with a victory, but yeah, I wouldn't have been happy. If it was me, I wouldn't have been happy calling it a victory, if I recall rightly. There was quite a few things that I noticed that were off. But that's you starting to pick on things, Grant. Just because you're getting beaten up here, you're starting to pick on other people's games. Yeah, this has been hard. It really has. Yeah, I'm scared to bring Pelly out now, to be honest. Because that's meant to be even worse than this. So, but one day I will. And who knows, maybe I might revisit this again, and surely it can't get any worse. Right, so I'll sort of say that we're just going to call it a day here, but there is still a slim chance that, what is this, part 39? There is still a slim chance that you might see a part 40, but I think it'd be daft for me to do that. I'm just getting myself... I'm maybe going to come away from it feeling a bit bitter about the game if I carry on much anymore, I think, as well. So maybe I'm going to make me feel bad about it. Well, I'm feeling pretty bad as it is, but it might start spoiling things a little if I carry on, so it's probably best. But you never know. I might get up tomorrow morning and say, right, let's get in about this, and let's yeah, let's lose some more units. Right, okay, I'll leave it for now, and well, you'll see me back with something sometime soon. Cheers.